All right. Hello, everyone. Uh, I guess we would proceed. We've given sufficient time, I guess, for others to join, so we would uh, proceed without spending so much time. So, yeah, once again, welcome everyone to the third community call of Gean. Basically, this is the third call. We've started this basically to share technical updates of our progress, what we've done, and what we are looking forward to achieve or implement on the side of technical development on Gean and all that. So from the last updates we had up until now, basically we've been able to move forward to implement the persistent storage. We moved forward with Bolt DB. So we've been able to complete that and also started active work on DevNet 3, basically. So in conforming to the specification or implementing the specification for DevNet 3, we've been able to decouple signature aggregation from block production, basically, by introducing an aggregator role. So the aggregator role actually handles signature aggregation and all that. And we've also been able to introduce two new topics, basically, for propagating signed signatures and also signed aggregated uh, signatures also. And for DevNet 3, it has this concept of subnets. So signatures are propagated first within a subnet that a validator is in. Before, in that subnet, the signatures are aggregated and then forwarded to a global topic. So we've been able to complete that also. We've also been able to, for DevNet 3, in consistency with the specification, these intervals in a slot are now 5, basically, introducing another interval that handles basically signature aggregation and all that. So basically, those are most of the things we've been able to do. We've been able to do in conforming or implementing the specifications for DevNet 3. Basically, right now we are actively testing. We've tested Gean standalone, and pretty much so far, justification and finalization of the chain is coming up fine, and it's making progress. What we are actively doing right now is basically doing a local test for multi-client interrupt to actually test that and make sure Gean is actually coming up well with other clients also that are already in DevNet 3, so that we can raise a PR as soon as possible on Link Quick Start and also participate in the DevNet 3 multi-client interrupt that is ongoing right now. So basically, that's it. We are actively testing that, the local tests we are doing for the multi-client interrupt. We are currently doing a lot of tests to make sure that everything is working as it should. So basically, that's more of the updates from our own ends on what we've been working on from the side of Gean, especially for the DevNet 3 specification. So yes, I guess basically that's it. I don't know. Do we have any questions? Um, any questions? Anything that anyone would like to ask before we move forward? Yeah, if there's any, you could unmute. You could unmute or speak or put up your hand. Anyone? And then we take the question. Is there any? All right. So I guess I guess there's there's no question from anyone on the call. Basically, we have one outstanding PR right now at the moment that needs to be reviewed and completed. So that we move forward to release a PR. Also on Lean Quick Start for testing the multi-client interop and all that. So basically, that's more of the work we're actually doing on our own ends from Gean. We would continuously drop more updates on our progress and what we are currently doing on Telegram and also, of course, on Twitter. So you could do well to follow us up on that for more updates and all. Yes, Bankard, you want to say something? Go ahead, Bankard Manana. Okay, yeah. Can you, Inka?
Yeah, just give me some minute. I would spin that up.
All right, all right. So maybe you share your screen. So yeah, so alongside what we're actually doing, apart from the active development we are doing on Gean, we're also working on tooling basically that could help or facilitate the development around Lean Ethereum and also tools that will help or aid debugging consensus and all that. So we worked on one tool, LeanVis. Dimka will be demoing that or showing that quickly, and then we wrap up the section. So yeah, Dimka, are you ready? You can share your screen.
Just a minute. I would.
All right, let me unpin. Let me open this here. So, like I said earlier, uh, do well to follow us up on conversation that is ongoing on Twitter and also on TG. So, just keep your ears down. A lot is happening, and we are going to be dropping them subsequently on the respective groups and all that. Yeah, let me check the chat if I have any question. Yeah, yeah, thank you, Kingsley. Yeah, so for the plans for DevNet 4, of course, we've started considering part of the specification for DevNet 4, because of course, as soon as we are done for DevNet, we are done with DevNet 3. We are going to be moving forward to DevNet 4. So of course, we've started taking a look at the specification also for DevNet 4 and seeing how, when we come to that point in development, we could pick up and, proceed from there. So, yeah, we've started, factoring that into our plans and preparation also for that. Yeah, thank you, Casey. Yeah, I guess, no, you have a lot of questions. Yes, I guess Dimka will share his screen shortly and walk us through the tool quickly. All right, let me unpin so that you can share. Yeah, go ahead, please, and share your screen. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So just like Shaibu have said, uh, visualize and then also okay. Yeah. So just like I was saying, um apart from actively working on Gean, we're also developing developer tooling that will help us to actually ease the work on Gean. So basically what we have been doing is, okay, when you run Gean, not just Gean, any other client, what you see is you just wait for the logs on the terminal like this, like a whole lot of logs like this. And sometimes, right, it get so messy for you. But okay, we decided to, okay, instead of doing that, let's have this tool that will help you visualize everything that is happening, right? Like from block production, like each of the different intervals, block production, attestation, and everything that is happening in real time. So that even with this, right, those who are not blockchain native, who don't have the technical know-how, will have an understanding of what is happening. So like when you look at the top over here, okay, this is the current slot, the head slot, and then Bankard Elia, Shaibu Elia said, indefinite three, like the intervals were divided into five. So this also captures that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 automatically. And then the four intervals, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, it counts each of the 4 seconds, not just the seconds. It shows you the blocks that are produced in real time. So what we want to do with this visualization tool is we want to make it to be client agnostic. We don't just want it to be for Gean. So what we have done is, okay, we look at all the endpoint that was necessary for all the client to implement. And one of the endpoint is lean V0 fork choice. In other words, the fork choice endpoint is just a standard that each client is supposed to implement. So we made it in such a way that once you implement that endpoint, you can just plug in this tool. You don't need any other configuration. So it's more of like a plug and play tool, not just for Gean, but any client building consensus. So I don't know if anyone has any question. It doesn't just give you the block production, it gives you the total number of validators in your block, and then the attestation, the time they vote, justification, like you see everything in real time happening, not just uh, on the logs. And apart from that, if you have any network problem, you will see it here. Like the block production, instead of the chain or blockchain to move forward, you just have a scale slot. You won't see any movement. That tells you that, okay, this client is currently having problem, and then you can automatically just debug and then fix that. And when you look at the top, at my top left side, you see that, like I said, it's not just peculiar to Gean, but you see things like Lean, Zim, Ream, Lantern, Qlin, and then support for any other upcoming client. And one thing with this tool is, okay, we're trying to make this tool so that it can also support beacon chain, not just Lean. So if this beacon chain, yeah, okay, it can do that. If this even Lean, it can also do that automatically. So I don't know if anyone has any question on this tool that we are working on. Okay, okay. If anyone doesn't have any question, I think I'll have to pass it back to people. Okay, okay, Bankard.
Yeah, yeah. So mine is not a question, just to respect to what you guys are doing on doing this. Also to the question, I think I said question about our plans in the next step. So I know like most of people might not have idea of okay, we've been talking about DevNet, what's DevNet. So DevNets are just like the incremental stages of development. So if we are at a particular development, means a particular stage of development. So what we usually do is we gradually take our time to make sure that the current development is ready before, like fully ready before we move to the next development, because the previous development usually serve as baseline of what is supposed to be built in the next stage. So that's why at the moment we really need to get development three very, very stable, because the changes that will come in for the next development, which is development four, is fully dependent on how active, or will I say how solid, the current development you are working on is. So that was just for me. Back to you.
Yeah, thank you very much, Bankar. Thank you, Dimka. So yeah, with the tool, debugging consensus issues or consensus problems can be a pain. So having to get tools like this to actually facilitate that is very, very useful. And of course, we are working on other tools apart from Linvis. But then yeah, that's it from our ends. So yeah, basically, that's it for today's community call. We are going to be dropping more updates on our Telegram group, and of course also on Twitter. So you could see more of the updates on what we are doing, what we are working on, and all that on the respective uh, channels or groups. So yeah, um, I guess we've come to the end of the community call today. Do well to join us again next week. It's a weekly call on Fridays, every Fridays by 4:30 p.m. UTC plus one, of course. So do well to join us for the community call also next week. That will be the fourth community call. So do well to join us for that also. So yeah, I guess that's it for today. Thank you everyone for joining. Thank you. See you in the next community call. Bye for now. Cheers. Okay. Someone hands is up. Can you go ahead? Sorry.
Yeah, so can you tell us the plan for next week after this call?
Sorry, can you come again? I could barely hear that network.
I said, can you tell us the plan for next week?
Yes, 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 yes. So basically, before next week, we should be done with actively working on DevNet 3, and also we should have released a PR on Lean Quick Start and have actively started participating in the multi-client interop. So of course, by next week we are going to be coming with a lot of news and updates regarding that the multi-client interop test for DevNet 3 and a lot more basically. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, I guess that's it. Bye for now, everyone. See you next week, Friday. Cheers.
Give you my soul. Give me all the garden call. Not alone in a bargain call.